What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. I believe it was back in 2021 when the Chicago Bulls acquired Demar Derozan as a free agent. And I think most of us would say that he has outperformed expectations individually as a Chicago Bull. As a matter of fact, there was a stretch, I think, from December 2021 until January 2022, where he was a legitimate top three MVP candidate at one point, hitting game winners to end the year and game winners to start the year, and having dominant 30, 35, 40-point performances. His production tailed off a little bit, and he's become a little bit more inconsistent, just a tad bit, but still, more or less, he's been uh, far and away the Bulls' most consistent performer, even with some inconsistencies. But his name came up last year in trade talks. There was this perception that the Bulls were going to move DeRozan to try to team Zach LaVine with another all-star caliber player. And Zach LaVine supposedly has been unhappy with his role in the offense, meaning that he wants a team that's focused around him offensively. Now, being a Chicago Bulls fan, I'd rather have a team that's focused around DeMar DeRozan. Zach LaVine to me is more of, I mean, you can make an argument that both of these guys are second bananas, but DeMar DeRozan to me is a little bit more reliable. Even though he has that reputation as DeMar DeFrozen, the last few years he's been a lot more reliable in fourth quarter and clutch situations, a lot more. So what is shocking is that the Bulls are in talks right now with DeMar DeRozan on extending his contract, which is a little bit surprising considering that most of the talk I heard going into this season was that they were leaning toward getting rid of DeMar DeRozan and trying to build a team around Zach LaVine. But now it's reversed. Now it seems as if though they are more inclined to get rid of Zach LaVine and keep DeMar DeRozan. And I guess maybe some of these other rumors are true that Zach just doesn't want to play there anymore. All right. Now that makes sense considering the fact that he's a Clutch Sports guy now, Clutch Sports client, and Clutch Sports clients get preferential treatment when it comes to the media. I mean, it's just the truth. They're going to try to, more than likely, Rich Paul and them are going to try to put him in a situation, try to at least maneuver him into a city where, say he could be the man. Now, I know it's not going to be New York because of supposed rifts between Rich Paul, Clutch, and the New York organization. All right? But if I were DeMar DeRozan, I would just walk. I would go ahead and walk. Because if they trade Zach LaVine, to me that's a sign that they're rebuilding, right? Obviously, that's a sign they're rebuilding. They're not going to, in the long term, build a team around DeMar DeRozan. I mean, DeMar DeRozan is like 35. How many more years, realistically, does he have being a dominant 26, 27 point per game scorer? So if I was him this year, I just play out my contract, man, and move on in free agency. Because as much as it pains me to say this, man, you're not going to win in Chicago. Just not going to do it. I don't think they have the roster capable of making it to the playoffs, or at least, at the very least, having a deep playoff run. Most of these other teams in the Eastern Conference have made, especially the top 4 teams, 3 to 4 teams, they've improved. Nothing's really changed for the Chicago Bulls from last year. If anything, outside of Miami, most of the other teams have improved. So nothing really has happened that's going to really benefit the Chicago Bulls. So, I think it's going to be one of those, I'd say 31 and 51 years for the Bulls. 31 and 51. But that's just my opinion. Tell me what you guys think.